Hey guys, welcome to another video guide, and this time we're taking a look at the Feast of Heavens build. Before I say anything, I promise you this is not going to be a regular guide. In this video we will see a completely different approach of that build, which may answer one question that is probably torturing you: which aura to use. Hopefully I will also give you several interesting options which along your creativity can create a really unique character. For anyone who is interested, you can find a fully detailed and informative guide by following the link in the description. I think the hardest part with this build is that none of the Paladin auras are actually helping Feast of Heavens directly. We need to realize that the whole strength of the build comes from the holy bolts that are released from Feast of Heavens. The lightning part of the skill is not going to help our build shine, therefore we need to stay away from the lightning sources of damage and expand in a different direction. With this in mind, we can already reject two skills, Holy Shock and Conviction. Imagine that we are wasting 40 skill points just to improve the lightning damage, which only strikes a single target. On the other hand, yes, Holy Bolts deal magic damage and none of the auras can improve its power, so where to spend all those points? This is where we are kind of forced to start adding different elements to the build to help it in other parts. Our Mercenary can play an important role, and we can create some really interesting combinations, which most of them rely on the Prayer aura. The Prayer aura synergizes with two other skills, Meditation and Cleansing. If we combine the items that grant those skills either with our character or with our Mercenary, the healing can reach to massive amounts, granting also all the benefits of the other auras. In order to save time, I suggest taking a look at this video, which explains how the healing stacks and how we can get the best out of it. At the same time, I will demonstrate one of my favorite setups, which is cheap and easy to use. I am not going into many details regarding the skills, items and stats for this setup, as we will analyze this on the main build I would like to cover. This is just a quick demonstration of how the healing works and give you some ideas of the combinations you can try in order to avoid conviction. So we have an Act 2 Mercenary with a Prayer aura, which as you can see heals 21 points of life. The Meditation aura from the inside will also provide the same amount of healing, so that would lead to 42 points. If we equip items with plus 12 skills, this will boost the Prayer aura and increase the life gained. Now the Prayer provides 29 points of healing, which doubles with Meditation for a total of 58 points. For our character, we will be using Cleansing, since the last available aura that synergizes with Prayer. With maxed Prayer and with the items that we carry right now, the healing is at 71 points, which stacks with our Mercenaries to reach a total of 129. Let's get some damage and check the healing. Regarding the bosses, avoid using Feast of Heavens, use Holy Bolts instead, since they deal more damage. Remember that the Holy Bolts also heal allies, so make sure to target your Mercenary at the same time and he will never go down. One more quick look at another setup is by adding all the auras to the Mercenary. With the Cure Rune Word, the Mercenary will carry all the 3 auras with triple healing effect. The total healing will be less than our previous setup, but this will free the cleansing from our character. Available choices are many, with some of them being Sanctuary, Redemption and Holy Freeze. Sanctuary provides more safety but causes some problems. It pushes the wraiths out of the loot boundaries and it spreads the enemies. To keep the video short, I can't really go through all the possible combinations, but you can take a look at the guide in the description where you can find several other options which will help you and inspire you for more combinations. For this guide I will mainly focus on a setup which in my opinion is the best approach. Right now we will analyze the main build that I would like to cover. As we already mentioned, Holy Bolts deal magic damage and there is no way to improve that damage like it happens with other elements. This is why we aim to follow a defensive route regarding the auras and the Mercenary setup, while following an offensive route regarding the gear by equipping as many +2 all skills items as possible. That way we will have the strongest possible version of Feast of Heavens, while also maintaining all the comforts and the safety we need. For the skills, we obviously need to max Feast of Heavens and Holy Bolt for maximum damage. Secondly, we should also max Holy Shield, which is one of the best defensive skills in the game. Our main aura will be Meditation, in which case we also need to max Prayer. While Meditation is on, it will provide massive mana and health regeneration. Freeing the Insight spot from the Mercenary, we can equip him with something totally different. By choosing an Act 2 Holy Freeze Mercenary and equipping him with Reaper's Stole, the Hireling will grant massive slow. With a Cure Helm equipped, the Hireling will also provide the Cleansing Aura. Even at level 1, the aura will reduce the curse duration by 39%. Treachery is also a good choice, and the Great Bonus to attack speed will increase the chances to cast Decrepify more often. The reason why we reverted the roles of the healing from the Mercenary to our character is because Prayer does not have diminishing returns. On the contrary, the more points it gains, the more powerful it becomes, something that is impossible to do with the Hireling. In return, the Hireling now provides massive slow. The final outcome comes with a Cleansing, Meditation, Prayer, Holy Freeze and the chance to cast Decrepify, plus we also have a maxed Holy Shield. Regarding the stats, there's nothing fancy here. Let's start by equipping our gear and adjusting the stats accordingly. As previously stated, we aim for as many items with +2 all skills as possible. However, since we have a caster build, we definitely don't want to leave the faster cast rate behind. Therefore, aiming for the maximum faster cast rate the Paladin can achieve, which is 125%, is necessary. Enigma is our choice for body armor for obvious reasons. Aside from the teleport, it grants very useful mods. Created in a mage plate for the low strength requirements and for the light body armor. For the weapon we have Heart of the Oak, +3 to all skills, 40% faster cast rate and great bones to resistances, everything we could ask for. For the shield we have the Runeward Spirit, +2 all skills, great faster cast rate, solid resistances. Use a Sacred Charge for its better blocking chance, with +2 all resistances and you have a truly unbeatable shield. For the helm we have Shaco, +2 to all skills, mana, life, magic find and damage reduced. Belt is Arachnid Mesh, there's literally no better choice, +1 to all skills and the match needed faster cast rate. For gloves we have two options, Strangle's Claws and Mage Fists. Since we don't have any mana issues, Strangle's Claws is our choice even if the cold resistance is already maxed. A rare or crafted amulet with +2 to Paladin skills and at least 10% faster cast rate is all what we need to reach the last breakpoint. That way the ring slots are free from the faster cast rate needs and we can get Double Stone of Jordan or Blue Kathos. If you are struggling reaching the maximum faster cast rate with the items mentioned, you can add 1 or maybe 2 rings with 10% faster cast rate. A magic or a rare circlet with 2 to paladin skills and 20% faster cast rate can also be a great choice. As we don't really lack anything, and since boots are quite the weak spot, War Travelers is a great choice for the extra magic find. For swap we have Call to Arms and Spirit in a Radum Paladin shield just for the low strength requirements. Fill your inventory with skillers, perhaps kits for some extra magic find, and some small charms to cover some holes in resistances. Getting back to dexterity, once we are fully buffed by casting Battle Command and Holy Shield, we can check the status bar to add the appropriate amount needed for the max block. Now the rest stats can all go to Vitality. The final outcome when we are fully geared and buffed comes with a level 45 Feast of Heavens, Prayer with 74 points of healing, Meditation with over 1000 mana recovery, a Hammerdin with a 17 Holy Freeze aura, a 33 chance to cast Decrepify, and a Cleansing aura which reduces the curse and poison duration by 39% already at level 1. Some key stats are life over 3000, no mana issues at all, maxed resistances, over 10,000 defense with 17% chance to block. On top of that we also have physical damage reduced by 18%, 274 magic find without sacrificing damage at all, consider this like a free bonus, and of course the maximum faster cast rate. Some areas that you can farm, obviously Chaos Sanctuary, which is probably the most rewarding area. You can do Balwich without any issues at all. The pit at Act 1 contains only demons and undead, so it can easily be handled even at Player's 8. The Arcane Sanctuary is a popular area for runes, and it also contains demons and undead. And lastly, you can give Player Jungle a try, especially when it's terrorized, since it's crowded and you can gain massive experience. The only thing that is left is to test the build. To sum up guys, following the regular path with Holy Shock and Conviction may not be bad, especially if you are questing and you don't have the appropriate gear yet, but it's far from making the best out of your character. With the Act 2 Mercenaries, the new rune words and the prayer aura being incorporated in some paladin auras, you can truly create a character that is never seen before. With all those options, I would really like to see what you can come up with. Go ahead and create your own unique Feast of Heaven's paladin.